2025 shaped up to be completely different than what I thought it was going to be. And while I traveled a lot and learned film and drone photography, rebranded and launched a second website, the biggest changes were really in my perspective. So these are 5 of the biggest lessons that I learned from 2025 and how they reignited my love for photography. One of the biggest lessons this year was the power of slowing down. I've been a photographer full-time for about 6 years now, and with shooting anything and everything, there are valuable skills to learn in that for sure, but without a clear direction of what you like to do or where you're trying to take your business, it can be very draining. And in slowing down, I picked up some new tools that reignited my love for photography. So film has been really fun to play with, just being really intentional about the shot that I'm getting because it's so limited, and just the nostalgic quality, of course, is definitely gaining popularity again. And then I got my Part 107 license for drone photo and video, and I'm super excited about that because it allows me to get these really unique, like stunning perspectives that, say, out in nature or something that you may not get elsewhere. Another major lesson was just leaning on my people. When you are a solopreneur or an artist, spend a lot of hours by yourself, sometimes, at least for me, I have a tendency to forget how little I'm seeing people, and I just kind of shell in on myself. I start to get lonely and just question things too much. Imposter syndrome sets in. My mental health just starts to go downhill. I made a point to talk to friends and just be really honest about where I'm at mentally, and talking to people I know in the industry who can relate and maybe offer some advice. If you're watching this and we've talked, just know I appreciate you so much, because the friends you make in the industry, I think, have been such a vital role in making me feel empowered and confident in what I'm doing. Just know you're not alone, and if you're feeling a type of way about your work or where you're going, definitely reach out to those people. I'm sure you'll find a couple who want to have a very candid conversation. So yeah, it's very refreshing. And the perk of that, having those creative connections, is you often can send each other work or help each other out in some way, which I think is really beautiful. Another major theme of 2025 was finding my direction. Paying a designer who had an unbiased view of what I was doing and just asking the right questions was really helpful in deciding what I want the future of my business to look like. And it's one of those things that in retrospect I wish I had done sooner, but I don't know if I would have had the answers to that sooner either. A lot of these things started to reveal themselves to me 5 years into doing all kinds of shooting. So don't stress it if that's you, but it's definitely good to think about. So with the help of a brand designer, shout out Lady Be Creative, I rebranded my wedding side of things and then built out a sub-brand, brand, lifestyle, and editorial work. And those together have really given me a clear idea of what the future is going to look like. So you probably hear this one all the time, but really try to take it in because it threw me off for most of the year, and that is the saying that progress is not linear. I was really hard on myself for a lot of this year, feeling like I wasn't making progress or wasn't being as successful as I thought I would be, but that's not what it was at all. Things just kind of pivoted for a little bit. So, there's value in everything, you're learning something. It's been really nice to shift where my time and energy is going, because that's not always going to be an even-keeled thing either. There's kind of different seasons of the business, so learning to roll with it a bit more. Last major lesson is I'm finally finding what feels like my style, and that's not something you can force to happen. It's related to reflection and just finding what inspires you. For a long time I was very focused on getting a clean, perfectly designed aesthetic shot. While those can be strong photos for sure, now I'm finding more interest in the less perfect moments and things that tell a story and can really communicate something just by looking at an image. Yeah, a little more documentary, cinematic in some senses too. So all of this is to say, if you feel like you haven't found your style or feels true to you as an artist. It's okay. It takes time. I'm sure that it will change over time again. And that's the beauty of doing anything creative, right? There's no one right way to do it. Try to be aware of what inspires you. What do you see out in life that makes you think about the frame or lighting or something in a new way? So it's been fun. I think that's like part of the fun creative process. So keep exploring, try new things, and I think that will help you get closer to what your style might be. And I made it to the end of this video. I would love to know in the comments what habit or hobby saved your year. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to hit like and subscribe if you want more content like this. I am starting my content creation journey, so super excited to have you be part of it.